Hey everybody, I'm Matt Hill. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I'm blessed to be at this SPE workshop about refracs and introduce you, of course, like always, to good friends of mine who I want to support in their efforts and their technology and, man, just everything oil and gas that you guys contribute to. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate you reaching out and making some time. There's a lot of people here with a lot of energy around refrac. My name's Eddie Valverde. I'm the Vice President of Corporate Development for Emerald Surf Sciences. I'm based in Houston, Texas, and our company is headquartered in Shreveport, Louisiana.
What got you first into oil and gas?
Man, I have a crazy story. So I was in school at Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas, and I was a business major with a emphasis on international business. And I had actually interviewed with UPS, and I had already accepted a job my senior year working in Houston and helping them expand into Latin America. So I had about a 1 to 2 month break before I actually started working. And so my wife now, my girlfriend then, lived in Houston, and she introduced me to a couple of people who one of her friends was dating, and he was with Smith International. This was Smith Bits, and before the Schlumberger days. And he convinced me that I should interview for a technical field sales position in Houston. He said, "Yeah, you already got a job. Just go down there and feel it out, see what happens, right?" And so I did so, and I came out of that with, wow, they're going to pay me almost 20% more than UPS is paying, and I get a brand new company truck.
Yeah, lived in Texas but
Well, lived in Texas all my life. Never had a car with air conditioning, right? So I'm going, brand new truck and air conditioning, sold. And so I reached out to UPS. I told them what had happened. They said, "Look, we're not in the business of counter offering. If it doesn't work out, call us back." 30 years later, I'm still in the upstream well site, oil and gas business.
Yeah, well site. That's a good crowbar for me. He had a long vision of what that. I just like people to know that this is never going away. It's going to grow.
No, I don't think
it gets more interesting every year.
It does. We're a dynamic industry, and
the technology, the services,
correct,
the people,
yeah.
But that's why you and I mean, I look at the world and I'm like, man, what can we do to convince all these young people just how much better our industry is going to continue to be? The technology's there to where we now need more engineers, more technicians, more scientists.
Exactly. Part of what we should be doing, and I'll use me as an example. My son Christian is graduating in December as a certified professional landman. He was always enthralled with the oil and gas business, and when he graduated, he said, "I'm getting into the business, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet." At some point, he decided, "I want to be a landman," and so he's going to school for that. The good news for those kids coming out is there's a lot of opportunity. The bad news for the industry is there's a lot of openings that are not going to be filled. So how are we going to grow this without the next generation?
I guess one thing, and this is getting off in the weeds, but we might have to go back to a model where the operators are going to start giving people that come into the organization skin in the game.
Sure.
A piece of that well in perpetuity, to where, hey, you work for me for so many years. Everything you've ever done with us is you're gonna have that mailbox of money. It was worth it to come and stay.
Yeah, and I think that definitely that has to happen. It's more of a model probably of like a Google or an eBay where these people are excited to go work there because the companies are exciting, and the long-term win is there, right? You see the carrot.
Stock in the company.
Correct. I think we're kind of seeing the first phase, I think, in the U.S. land. Think about this. We went through a period of, $100 oil. We're down to, almost 80 right now, but we fluctuated. It's healthy, and rig count never went above 900. And I think that's a healthy place for the industry to be. No more ramp ups to where we hire a lot of people and then let them down and let them go. I know that I have some friends who have exited the business after their third layoff, and they're saying, "I'm going back. I'm going to go do something different because it's been too painful for my family."
Well, even if rig counts go up and down, I really hope, and I see just a huge opportunity for us all to do what we're doing right now, is discussing refracs. We have, I've heard numbers of 8 million wells are on the books to possibly look at plugging and abandoning, but lot of that's just marginal wells to some large operators. They're looking to do the carbon capture thing.
Sure.
And I'm not knocking all that, but I'd really rather go out with some very qualified and engineering that is yearning to save all these wells and see, Emerald, 30,000 foot, what does Emerald Surf Sciences do?
So I'll preface by saying that one of our taglines, and we have some bumper stickers that say "Save the wells."
Save the well. That's
yeah. So that's kind of
that's
our
next
tactic.
Foundation. Right?
It is. So we are an engineered fluids company. We provide engineered fluid services for frac plug drill out operations or well intervention. Why am I at the refrac conference? A lot of the work we do is we clean out a long lateral and prepare it for a refrac liner. So unless you get all the sludge and sand and debris that's obstructing the wellbore out, you're not going to be able to run and drift a refrac liner in.
It's going to be real hard to get that down.
Correct. So we have a lot of products and services around that space. We're very focused on specifically workover intervention work and then the frac plug drill out. So anything that has a workover rig or a coil tubing unit over the wellhead, that's where we are.
Man, how successful have you all been so far? Have you seen how much activity? What's your wins? What's your failures? What do you want to see in this niche of the industry to start doing?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We're very busy. We operate in the Bakken, in the Powder River, in the Eagle Ford, in the Permian, Marcellus, the Haynesville. Right now, probably our biggest issue in terms of growth is finding the right people. So people that are willing to work on well sites. These are 24-hour operations, so you got day and night crews. Sometimes they're hard to fill. People that have the proper engineering and fluids background that we would like, almost like a traditional mudman for a drilling rig.
Okay.
And then the uptake of our technology has been really good over the last, let's say, post-COVID. We developed a new technology called Hydrolift, and it is a colloidal gas Afron fluid or microfoam fluid that allows us to modulate the density of the fluid on the fly so that we can react to a well that is on vacuum or really low pressure. So it allows these operators to really get in there, clean out wells. Sometimes just clean out the well. You don't have to refrac. They'll come back 2 to 3 times X. A lot of times we'll get in the bottom of that lateral and we'll see that dissolvable plugs weren't so dissolvable, and you tag the last 10 of them and that well comes roaring back. It's brand new production. So super excited about where this is going, and I totally agree with you that the refrac, the restimulation, the recompletion, all of these wells, you have sunk cost as an operator. It's already there. Generally doesn't require new permits because the infrastructure's there, the pipelines are there, your pad's there. You're just going in to do heart surgery, right? So save the wells. Let's do heart surgery on the 8 million instead of decommission them. Let's get more production out of it.
To me, it's almost a national security, if not energy independence, movement. In that, if only the large operators are able to go and drill new wells, and the winds of change and the environmental stuff goes along, and they keep stopping new drilling, then what we are doing here is more and more and more critical because the demand for oil and gas is not going to go away.
Correct.
We may not have access to new drilling, so
yes,
we have to do our best to surge forward with this type of services.
Yeah, and I think your comment about this is not going away, that's not meant to be a comment that says, "Oh, look out, world, we're not going anywhere." The reality is to power the way we live, to be true to humanity in terms of safety, energy independence, the ability to have the products you need that oil and gas is responsible for, to get them to market where they need to be and when they need to be. That's not possible without a fossil fuel component. I'm personally not opposed to the alternative methods.
No.
Matter of fact,
all energy is good energy.
Absolutely.
But we have to have a lot of time to get to those being efficient.
Correct. And if you see the growth in China, in India, in Brazil, in the U.S., to just to name a few economies that are growing beyond the capacity for conventional power generation and fuel sources to keep up with, the gap cannot be made up with renewables. And I think we're doing a disservice to our fellow man by telling them, by 2030 we're net zero. That's an unattainable goal, and we're telling people we're going to get there when in reality fossil fuels will remain a part of our everyday use going forward.
And we're telling young people that are possibly could be great candidates for our industry not to come into us.
Right. It's dirty. It's ugly.
Terrible.
And guess what? We haven't done a good enough job as an industry to wall them back, because I think we're doing it now, and I think we've sat back and said they're going to need us, so people are going to come. Well, the reality is, like I said, I have a college student studying to be a landman who tells me, Dad, some of these professors, even that are petroleum economics and business development for pipeline, they're even telling us, guess what? The world is against you. Your fellow man is against you, and sometimes he feels like he can't tell people that he's actually studying an oil and gas degree because he gets kind of the ridicule, right? Which that's unbelievable that we've gotten this far and we've allowed it to get this far.
It's fascinating. Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know you got to go up, and hey, great speaker, and they're very lucky to have you.
I appreciate it.
How do people reach out to you? What's the website for Emerald Surf Sciences?
Emerald Surf Sciences. Our website is emeraldsurf.net, N-E-T. You can find all our contact information there. We just actually built a new website, so we'd love the feedback on that as well.
Yeah. You gotta go check out their services and everything they're doing with science and technology in our industry. Eddie, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
God bless you. Support your endeavors, and hey, he's got a lot of job openings and a lot of employs a lot of people. So use them and check them out.
Yeah, you can actually apply on the website itself. So if you're looking for a job in the field and want to make some really good money and see some great places in this beautiful country, come see us.
And have him come speak for your group too.
We'd love it.
There we go. Take care, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye.